friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Rock Countout. Larson, what am I doing here? I'm supposed to be in England right now. I came all the way back here just for the 4th of July.
Yeah, you love America that much. You love yourself, America.
I said England. I meant Scotland, the UK, whatever.
Yeah,
it's all
the
the same thing, isn't it?
Not exactly.
No, you don't know. You can't say that.
No.
But yeah, I came all the way back here just to record this very patriotic episode of Going In Rock Countout, Larson.
Yeah, it's about patriotic wrestlers.
There's no way that we recorded this in advance. Yeah, we totally did. It's only June the 4th.
Yeah, it's 1 month in advance.
Well, it's 1 month ago. I wonder what happened in the month ever since then. Maybe I died in a plane crash on the way to Scotland.
Entirely possible. This will be the last remembrance of you.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Well, in a couple weeks.
We're going to shoot a bunch more stuff in advance when you're be gone, so I can kind of take a break.
So you're going to take a vacation too?
Well, I just won't come in the office. I'm not going anywhere.
How have you enjoyed teaming with Cal Jack so far?
I'm going to say it's been great. A pleasure.
You got to figure it's going to be great.
Yeah, because Cal's great.
Yeah, Cal's the best. Hopefully you guys are enjoying Cal's work here on Going In Raw. Chances are you guys are probably disappointed that I'm here and not Cal, because Cal is just that good.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get right to it, Larson. It's the 4th of July. Like you said, hot dogs, beer.
Apple pie parades.
Apple pie.
You're going to miss the Rancho 4th of July parade. That's got to break your heart. Too bad for you. I'll be there.
Well, tell me how it is. Send me some video.
You've been before. It's the same parade every year.
It's literally the exact
same
thing.
Every year. So we thought on this occasion, 4th of July, when Americans like celebrate America and stuff, we'll count down the 10 wrestlers the most patriotic. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's strictly an American thing.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, sure.
There's wrestlers from across the globe who are patriotic.
There is at least 50 other countries on this planet that I know of.
Almost 190 other ones.
It's only 190? Okay. I thought it was more. I thought it was like 400 or something.
No,
I thought it was like a huge amount.
I think it's like 192. I don't know the exact number, but somewhere around there.
I'm going to look this up
How
really
many
quick.
countries are in the world?
Total number of countries
in world.
on world.
I want to say it's 190 something.
195. Look at that. Ding, 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 ding. You win. Yeah. Look, this is a really silly episode. It's probably going to be a pretty quick episode.
But again, it's 4th of July. You should be out.
You should
go
be
on the
outside.
parade, barbecuing, lighting stuff on fire.
Oh,
fireworks,
man.
I should say, just not random things. Having fun.
Yeah.
Don't sit in front of a computer and watch a couple of bozos like us. Don't do that.
Why would you be doing that? Go have sex. Go have
was
lots of very patriotic
I was going to
sex.
say just go and have a good time.
Yeah. You know, get in a hot tub, have a beer, and then happens. Let's get right into it, Larson. Who's the 10th most patriotic wrestler?
Still up.
Number 10.
10.
John Cena. Look
There
at
with
him.
that U.S. title.
Hustle, loyalty, respect, patriotism.
America.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's pretty patriotic. The U.S. title meant a lot to him.
Yeah.
So much so that he instituted the U.S. title open challenge because in his mind, U.S. title, and I guess the United States represents what? Opportunity.
Yeah. You know how I
Giving
know
people an opportunity to better themselves.
You know how I know he's patriotic to the United States? He salutes.
He does that too.
He does. He's huge into the troops.
Yeah.
He's big into that. He always does the saluting.
Saluting, yes.
Obviously, one of the most patriotic wrestlers.
Also, he's family friendly.
Yeah.
I guess he embodies a lot of traditional American ideals.
He represents
loyalty, respect,
loyalty.
You can't see me. All that stuff.
You can't see me. There's a lot going on there. He's also loyal to the other countries that he is in whenever he's in those other countries. For example, I think he's fluent in like Mandarin or something.
He spent like a year and a half in China, I think, shooting a movie.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't a year and a half. He spent a long time in China shooting a movie.
And I'm sure whatever country he's in, he's very patriotic to that country as well.
And wants to learn about the culture, wants to learn about the people, wants to pick up their language.
He's like Superman.
That's the way to do it.
Superman's all about American values, but he's also about values that are worldwide.
World values.
Exactly.
Yes.
Cena,
Yes.
a lot of things in common with Superman, including being an alien.
Always winning.
Yeah. Yeah, Superman always wins too.
Yeah, except that one time against Doomsday, but he came back.
Yeah, he came back, so he did win.
Yeah, he won the blow off in that case.
Yeah.
He did. But yes, John Cena, a lot of these.
He likes beer.
He likes beer.
Yeah.
I don't know about the hot dogs. He drinks coffee. I know that.
Yeah.
It's seemingly both kayfabe, which this list is generally
all kayfabe
for the most part.
Yeah.
But I feel like John Cena, the character, isn't that far removed from John Cena, the man.
I agree.
So it's just John Cena, the man, is John Cena, the wrestler, just turned up the other way around, turned up to 11.
Yeah.
Just
very patriotic
amplified.
person.
Yeah, he seems
loves
like
that United States.
He loves his U.S. of A. Yes,
but he also loves world championships.
he does. Man of the world is what John Cena is, I think.
Patriotic to earth.
Yes.
Number 9.
9.
Rusev Machka.
Let me ask you this:
Machka.
when Rusev was doing when he was like super patriotic Russian, even though he's Bulgarian, was that prime Rusev in your mind?
Yeah, of course.
It was.
Who was he patriotic to when he came in on a tank?
Russia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he came into WrestleMania 31 on a tank.
Didn't he do a thing with Putin?
In a Russian starter jacket.
He had like Putin's face on a big poster or something.
Yeah,
something like that.
That was a lot of really good stuff.
How far away is Bulgaria from?
Well, Bulgaria is in Eastern Europe.
Yeah, right. They're all in the same area.
It might border Russia.
Let's see here. The distance between Bulgaria and Russia is 3,000 miles.
What?
Distance from Bulgaria to Russia.
Here, look up on a map.
Map.
Give us a map.
All right, let's see.
Like from the border. Oh gosh, you got further away. Not only.
Whoa, that is way far away. Well, okay. Where does Russia begin? Here.
Yeah.
This is where it begins. So you've got like 3 countries between it. It is not land. It is not. It does not share a border.
See, in my mind, I still have Soviet Union borders in my mind. Like I forget the Ukraine and Belarus are independent nations at this point.
I mean, that's one thing I can verify about you.
A child of the 80s.
You were very much still living in 1989.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot there.
There is a lot.
Well, here we go. Right here, Moscow to Bulgaria, and you're going through Ukraine.
That's a good trek.
Moldova, Romania.
Yeah, there's several countries in the way.
Like Bulgaria seems like it's closer to.
It's pretty close to Turkey there.
Close to Greece. It's bordering Greece. So that's a little weird that they did that.
Well, kayfabe wise, Lana at the time was Russian.
Yeah, she's very not Russian though.
No.
Yeah, but like you said, this list is about kayfabe.
Yes.
He was very into Russia, and then somewhere along the way, they started calling him the Bulgarian Brute.
Yeah, I think it was after he lost the U.S. title to Cena.
Yeah.
They started getting away from the Russia stuff. But some of that stuff was great, and they had to present with that medal, and that dude was out there singing the Russian national anthem.
That was good.
The giant Russian flag behind him.
Yeah.
Prime Rusev.
Yeah.
His apex as a wrestler in WWE was riding in that tank at WrestleMania 31.
Yeah,
one of the best entrances in WrestleMania history.
But also, don't take away from his patriotism also to Bulgaria.
I won't, because remember that epic flag match he had against John Cena at Battleground 2017.
Meltzer gave that like 8 stars.
It was the greatest match of all time.
Yeah.
Actually, it was terrible.
That was an awful match.
Dreadful.
Yeah, don't get us wrong. It's a terrible match.
Dreadful match. However, yes, since distancing himself from Russia, he has embraced Bulgaria. He is the Bulgarian Brute. His Titantron features the colors of the Bulgarian flag. Every once in a while, his ring gear will as well. It's not something he brings up very often these days, primarily because he's not on television ever.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't have a venue to do that. No platform.
But it's still very much part of his overall packaging.
Yeah. Didn't he go through a brief phase as a face when he was singing the praises of America? I think he did, didn't he?
Briefly, yeah. He did the U.S. title for a little bit.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he wanted to embody the ideals of the U.S. title.
Yeah. So again,
and then he lost the U.S.
He's a patriotic person who appreciates the values of the country within which he's either booked to be from
or in. Yes.
Or from, actually.
Well, actually, there was never any when he was a patriotic Russian. There was never any idea that he was actually from Russia. They never tried to. He was initially announced as being from Bulgaria. And it was, I believe it was strictly because Lana was kayfabe Russian that he was embraced by the Russian government.
Oh, yeah.
He adopted Russia as his home country.
Okay,
that was my understanding.
There you go. Wow, good stuff. Number 8. Jim Duggan, hacksaw. What's more patriotic than a hacksaw?
Apparently a 2x4.
A 2x4, that's true.
Near as I can tell, like Jim Duggan's patriotism was just him coming out and screaming USA a lot.
Yeah, he's sort of the personification of brute wrestling fan even.
Yeah.
It's, you got the Cheap Heat USA thing, super Cheap Heat. Everybody loves 2x4s. Those are a lot of fun. He goes, oh, which is just a nonsensical. Yeah, nonsensical.
And he has a 2x4.
He like kayfabe. He comes off like a dullard. Because only a dullard would be like, oh.
Well, he always have his tongue sticking out too.
Yeah, that's good. A little on the dullard side.
Maybe.
He seems like a pleasant man, though.
He does.
Is he
does.
still alive?
I think so.
Okay, good.
I believe so.
Seems like a very pleasant man. I've heard good things about him.
And in terms of in the wrestling ring, he would often carry stars and stripes with him.
Yeah.
And then lead USA chants during his matches. He
Make
did.
no mistake where this guy's from, America.
America.
But I know what you're about to say. Go ahead.
What was I going to say?
For a brief period of time in WCW.
He was U.S. champ.
Yeah, but he also went heel and was doing the same thing, but Canadian.
Oh, that's right.
He was part of Team Canada, I
with
believe.
Lance Storm, another great patriot.
Yeah. Oh, man. Hugely
He loved
patriotic.
himself some Canada.
He really did.
Well, later on, we'll get to someone else who really liked themselves some Canada.
We can only have one Canadian on this list. And that guy is way more patriotic to Canada than anybody in history.
He's a Canadian icon.
Exactly. But we'll get to him later.
But interesting bit about Jim Duggan when he debuted in WCW. He squashed one Steve Austin for the U.S. title.
Oh, wow.
And had a feud over said U.S. title with Steve Austin.
Oh, that's short-sighted.
Yeah.
Steve Austin's great.
I mean, I know Jim Duggan won the first Royal Rumble.
Wasn't Duggan like a million years old by the
At
time
that point,
he got
yes.
to WCW?
But he hadn't really accomplished much in WWF at the time. And he goes to WCW, and they just pretty much gift him the U.S. title.
I wonder when the first, like, what was the genesis of him being so patriotic, so American? Let's see his early career here on Wikipedia.
I mean, I'm sure it's a good way to get the fans behind it.
It says here, training at the Sportatorium in Dallas. So he started out in WCCW. Duggan gained the attention of Vince McMahon. After a brief stint with WWF, he began working for Georgia Championship Wrestling. Let's see here. When did he start carrying the flag to the ring? That's what I want to know.
Probably starting in WWF, I would think.
As a fan favorite, he won the Mid-South Tag Team Championship. Early feuds.
So then that's when he started carrying the 2x4 in the early 80s.
So his first WWF feud was with Nikolai Volkov. Okay, and at the event, he ran to ringside prior to a match between Killer Bees and the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov and interrupted Volkov's pre-match singing of the Russian national anthem. All right, so there you go. We were hot rivals with the USSR at the time.
Correct.
And you can't be singing that stuff in the ring.
Well, I mean, I guess if you want to get heat as a heel, you
right,
can, which is why he was doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Later on, Volkov would turn face, and he started tag team with somebody
else. You need somebody else for a tag team.
But it was an American partner he had. I don't recall who it was offhand. Anyways, let's move on to number 7.
All right, sounds good. Number 7. The Iron Sheik. Break your back, make you humble.
So he was a member of the 1968 Iran Wrestling Olympic team.
Yeah.
And then during his run as top heel in WWF, he would, say America, spit in the ring while carrying the Iranian flag.
Well, yeah.
His tag team of him and Nikolai Volkov. Both heat magnets.
Oh yeah, sure.
Absolute heat magnets.
Oh, big time.
In the mid '80s.
Yeah. Well, the mid '80s. If there was any time to stoke the flames of international heat, it'd be with using Iran
and the Soviet Union.
And the Soviet Union
in the midst of a Cold War where nuclear annihilation was just on the horizon.
Right. Exactly.
At a moment's notice, we'd all have to climb under our desks.
Yeah.
And hope that the bomb didn't hit us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some great booking there.
Oh yeah. No, Vince really knew how to.
He had his finger on the pulse of international affairs.
Much
back
more
then.
than he does now.
Oh, absolutely.
Much more than he does now.
Absolutely.
Because who's the lead baddie in Iran? Ayatollah.
Yeah.
Khomeini.
I don't know if he's still in.
I don't know.
The authority.
No idea. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. He was a dude in the 80s.
Ahmadinejad, wasn't he?
He's gone now. He was the president though.
Okay.
He's not. He's on Twitter now.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Good for him. So yeah, and then there's like this new Iranian threat. I don't really know much about though. I don't know if it's a threat or not. Some people say it is. Some people say it's not.
Yeah, it probably is.
Weird and
it probably is more now that the nuclear deal is no deal now between the current administration, the Iranian government. That seems like a short-sighted and kind of boneheaded move. But I'm not the educated in it, so I should be making judgment calls on something that seems like a terrible idea.
No, that's great. Iron Sheik, though, of course, known most fondly to me for his shoot interviews.
Oh yeah,
they're great. They're amazing, and of course, his Twitter persona, which is awesome as well.
Probably not really him.
No, that probably isn't actually him.
No.
But no, at the time, of course, yeah, big. You know, he was very patriotic to his home country.
Of course, the man that Hulk Hogan defeated for the WWF title.
Yeah.
And Iron Sheik, of course.
While he was very erect.
Was all man.
Yeah, he was all man down there, Sean Mooney. Sure, why not?
Sure, why not?
Anyways, let's move on. Number 6.
6.
Dove the road, the American dream, baby.
See, he wasn't as outwardly patriotic as a lot of the other people on this list, but he's like the Bruce Springsteen kind of.
Yes.
Where he's fighting for the common dude, the common man and woman.
He never had to say how much he loved America. We just saw that he was the American dream, and we understood him.
His character was the embodiment of the idea that you here in America, regardless of where you start, you can make something of yourself.
Yeah.
How truthful, how accurate that actually is these days is up for debate.
Dubious at best.
But the idea that, Dusty Rhodes, the son of a plumber, became one of, if not the most popular wrestlers in the entire country.
Yeah.
You could say that's the American dream.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Hard times, baby. We all go through hard times, but you can persevere.
That's the Springsteen reference or analogy, I believe, because throughout Springsteen's musical career, he is saying about the struggles of the average American.
That's right, baby.
From various perspectives, whether it be born in the USA, a Vietnam vet trying to acclimate himself back into society after being in the war.
Like Rambo, yeah.
Kind of. Less violent than that, though. Pretty much any of the character sketches you hear on Nebraska, going back to Born to Run. Just song after song. He did a whole album, Ghost of Tom Joad. This is becoming a Bruce Springsteen entry rather than Dusty Rhodes one. I apologize.
No, that's. I know you're a huge fan of the boss, so please continue.
All these sketches
it's the 4th of July, man.
Yes, of average Americans trying to make their way in this country. It's all powerful stuff.
Yeah.
And if anybody in wrestling is anywhere close to the boss in terms of their character, it's Dusty.
Yeah.
It's the hard times, Perma, man.
And then, of course, look at generationally speaking, look at his kids now, of course, making big waves in the world of wrestling. Cody.
Yep. The American Nightmare.
Nick Rhodes, Matt Rhodes.
Excuse me.
Kenny Rhodes. And
gotcha.
Marty Rhodes.
Yeah.
They're all the Elite Rhodes.
Did you mention Chris Rhodes?
Yeah, the Omega Chris Rhodes.
No, the Alpha Chris Rhodes.
The Alpha, that's right.
Yes.
No, but Cody and Dustin put on 5-star outing.
Yeah, man.
At All Out.
A little teaser, another video I'll probably do in a couple weeks while Steve's still on vacation. We're going to talk about some of the best matches we've seen so far in 2019.
That's probably going to land on there.
Maybe on there.
It's probably going to land on there.
Maybe on there.
Let's continue. Number 5. Sergeant Slaughter.
Did you have the Sergeant Slaughter G.I. Joe action figure?
No,
I did.
My parents were not. I still need to ask them that. I'm going to text my dad right now. Maybe by the end of this episode,
Is it
we'll
a
find
situation like him being in the military, he didn't want to romanticize or glorify the military?
I really doubt it. I think that my parents simply were like, this kid's into Transformers. He's into He-Man. He doesn't need to be in another thing.
He's into all this fantasy stuff. Why should we bring reality into this situation?
Yeah.
No, man.
I don't know. I don't. Honestly, it might have just been me not being interested in it.
That could be.
That could be too.
Oh, I was all about G.I. Joe. I love Top Gun.
Yeah.
I wanted to be Air Force. My eyesight sucks, so I can never be Air Force. But
well,
anyway.
I saw how mundane the Air Force was firsthand
yeah.
because
no,
I
want
was
to be like Maverick in Top Gun. I know that was a Navy, but I want to be like a fighter pilot.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it though.
My dad was in a secret facility that would apparently
is this classified information?
No, because he's told me he wouldn't. He literally has not told me anything that was like he knows classified stuff. He's never told me any of it. No, they did like code breaking. I think.
Oh, okay. That's fascinating stuff.
He didn't do any code breaking, but I think that facility did some sort of stuff like that.
Gotcha.
He just worked in computers or something. Although these days I have to do all this computer stuff for him. So.
Computers were different back in the 80s. They had the tape. What's interesting about Sergeant Slaughter is for a vast majority of his WWF career, he was a heel. He only turned face, I think, in like 1983, I want to say.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Or was it later, 85?
Yeah,
kind of around the same time Hogan was rising to prominence. Mm-hmm. 84. He turned face and feuded with the Iron Sheik.
Yeah, sure.
Heat magnet.
Yeah.
Iron Sheik.
Yep.
And he got enormously popular. However, Vince rolled with Hogan instead, and it was during this height when he was incredibly patriotic that he got the opportunities with like the G.I. Joe stuff. And I remember sending in my barcodes from buying various G.I. Joe action figures, sending in the mail, and receiving my Sergeant Slaughter action figure. I had no idea who Sergeant Slaughter was at the time, I don't think, because by 85, he was already out of WWF, and that's about the time I started watching.
Yeah.
But I did know from G.I. Joe, the Sergeant Slaughter guy, maybe he was a wrestler. I don't know if I knew that. I just knew I liked G.I. Joe. I wanted them all.
Yeah, sure.
So I had the opportunity to get one. I did it.
It ain't like it used to be, man. It was so cool back then.
It really was.
Like, you get it Saturday mornings, you watch that stuff, and then you get the toys with it. I don't care that they were just awesome advertisements for toys. I wanted everything.
Yeah, totally.
I wanted it all. I thought it was cool.
I wanted all the G.I. Joes. I had Destro. I had, was it Zoltan?
I had the guy whose face turned a different color.
The G.I. Joe guy? I think that
Zoltan?
was Zoltan. I think that was his
Zoltan.
name.
Didn't he have like a brother?
There was a whole faction of Zartan.
Zartan.
There's a whole faction of G.I. Joes that were like, they lived in the swamps or something. And they all had like the color change stuff on.
Yeah. I think I had some of them, but I was just never like into them.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was it was a mom and dad thing or what, or if I was just into
Get to the bottom of that, 'cause you've mentioned that before.
I love Transformers.
Yeah, Transformers are good. There's more creativity kind of involved with Transformers, or more mental process you have to do because you have to work out how to transform them.
Yeah.
Whereas
yeah.
G.I. Joe, there's none of that.
Yeah.
You just get guns and go pew, 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 pew.
But then, Slaughter then was very patriotic a little bit later on
Upon his return to WWF.
to a very different country.
However, yes, it was not the United States of America. It was Iraq.
It was Iraq.
This is in the midst of the first Gulf War.
We were actually at war, a real war, not a kayfabe war, a real war. And Vince thought it was a great idea to turn the American icon, Sergeant Slaughter, into basically Saddam Hussein's proxy. That's horrible.
Yeah,
by the way,
it is.
That's terrible.
It is.
They should not have done that.
No.
Yeah, that's really.
He
bad.
won his only WWF title reign was as heel Iraqi sympathizer. Of course, just for Hogan to beat him.
And I do kind of wonder how much of that. I mean, so that was Warrior lost the title to Slaughter,
Yes.
and then Hogan got it back from him.
Correct.
But at the time, Warrior had really like fallen off. Like his title reign was
yeah.
kind of not great.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, he was always trying to get more money out of Vince,
yeah, I wonder if he wasn't crazy like that. If like he would have been the guy to get the title back from Slaughter, or if it was always going to be a Hogan.
It's probably always going to be Hogan.
Hogan would have found a way.
Totally.
He would have persevered. Anyways, continuing on. Number
Speaking of
4. Yeah, Hulk Hogan. There he is.
Yeah. So I guess in the 80s, he was supposed to be the embodiment of the American spirit.
Did you hear he tried to petition once the American government to have the flag changed from red, white, and blue to red, white, and yellow? He wanted this up here, the blue, to be yellow.
I think you're making that
so
up.
that it was completely Hulkamania.
There's a Hulkamania flag.
Yeah.
So
That's a true story. It's not true at all.
It's not true at
no,
all.
No, it isn't. It's a joke.
So I'm serious about this. Maybe I'll do this during my quote-unquote week off. Start this process.
I hope so. I really do.
I want to fully formulate the idea that Hogan was always a heel.
Yeah, sure.
Because look at it.
Did you just fart?
No.
Wow, it smells like one. Go ahead. Sorry.
So he had the dogma where he'd be like, take your vitamins, say your prayers, yada, yada, yada.
But he never said anything about vaccinations, so he could be anti-vax. That's a total
It's
heel
entirely
thing.
possible. That really wasn't a thing in the 80s. But in the 80s, everybody assumed that vaccinations were accurately work and are good for the overall health of the
Why
population.
were they smarter in the 80s than they are now? It's crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Cocaine, maybe.
And
I don't know.
cocaine, cocaine put you straight.
Maybe, I don't know. But at the same time, he would intimidate referees who didn't do what he wanted them to do. That's not a face thing. He wasn't above jamming his thumb in his opponent's eyes. He didn't do that.
That dude cheat
and
all
worse
the time.
yet, he said some pretty nasty things during promos. Remember that one at WrestleMania 9 about Yokozuna?
We're not even talking about the off-camera stuff. We're talking about in the promos themselves.
Yes.
Long after it was sadly acceptable in society to say certain words about certain cultures, he was still saying them. Whoa.
And yet he was supposed to be the embodiment of America.
He was supposed to be the role model. Man, what a terrible role model. But you need to save that for your video thesis, your video essay.
That is kind of the thesis, but I got to go in and actually point out, beyond a handful of examples, consistent instances where Hogan, in fact, exhibited more properties of a heel
like
than a
it.
face.
It'd be like Super Kicks, but for wrestling.
Yeah.
Where you go in depth about
Totally.
wrestling and your thesis and your essay, your ideas.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't believe Hogan was ever a face fully.
I think
because,
you're right.
I mean, Vince put him out there like, hey, here's this all-American guy. Listen to this theme song. It says, I am a real American. And then he's kind of a jerk. But then again, maybe that's in, I don't know, maybe Vince was trying to make a larger point. I don't know.
Probably not. But I think the point could be made. Let's move on. Number 3. Kurt Angle.
Here's an American hero.
I almost said Perk Angle.
Here's an American hero. A man who won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
Yeah, dude. He brought something home.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, of course, fastest rising star maybe in WWE history.
The whole time.
Best rookie year ever.
Always donning the red, white, and blue.
Of course, yeah.
And he's been a face. He's been a heel. He's been a role model, and at other times a real bastard, kayfabe-wise.
Real son of a bitch.
Yeah. But he's always done it while trying to represent the U.S. of A.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
The good and the bad here.
And everything I've never had any personal Kurt Angle encounters, but one of our good Emmy-winning friends have, and he said that Kurt Angle was amazing.
An absolute delight.
That he was just the most gentleman person ever.
Did everything he needed to do and more
yeah.
for this one appearance. Went above and beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of any instance. I mean, he had his substance abuse issues, obviously, but I can't think of any instance where I've ever heard anybody speak ill of him for anything.
No. Man of his of true convictions too.
Yeah.
If you look at what he talked about when Paul Heyman was trying to entice him to come to ECW, and Kurt Angle said, "If you feature my face," because he was there during the crucifixion of a Raven.
Yeah.
Or was it
Sandman?
Sandman by Raven. And Kurt Angle said, "I'm leaving. And by the way, if you show my face on this broadcast, I will sue you.
Yeah.
You do not have my permission."
Yeah.
So yeah, no, he's a guy who's got true conviction.
Yeah.
And man, he's as American as they get.
Really is.
He's awesome. He is
awesome.
He has a gold medal for America.
Yeah.
So he's great.
I feel like Hogan should be much lower on this list because he's kind of a bastard.
Yeah, but he was very patriotic.
He was at the time.
I mean, even if he's a
80s.
bastard, he's very patriotic. This isn't, like least bastards.
Yeah, I know.
He should be. If he was most bastard, he'd be pretty high.
Yeah, he would.
But this is most patriotic. He loves America. Like it or not, he loves America.
He does love America. Mm-hmm. I guess I can't argue with that.
Yeah, man. Number 2. Bret Hart.
Bret Hart loves Canada.
He loves Canada so
loves
much,
Canada.
Larson.
So let's Brett. You be Brett for a second.
Okay.
So Brett, I want you to rate some countries.
Okay, yeah.
First, let's do the U.S. of A.
Oh, a bunch of scumbags in that country. Low morals. 4 out of 10.
All right. What about Canada?
Canada, high morals. First country ever made. It's the birthplace of all man and everything good. God lives here. And 11 out of 10.
Oh wow, Brett.
Best. Also Canada, best promo.
Yeah.
And that's the weakest part of it. It's 8 out of 10.
Thanks, Brett.
Yeah, no problem.
He loved himself some Canada.
He loves himself, and he loves himself some Canada.
Yeah, he does. He's a Canadian icon. He truly is.
He was such a Canadian icon. He didn't want the people of Canada to witness his character being assassinated in the middle of the ring at Survivor Series 1997
In Montreal, yes.
in Montreal, and they had to literally take that title off him,
Rip it out of his hands.
rip it out of his hands, and he spat on that evil American Vince McMahon's face.
And I will say that Brett's most interesting period when he was like the greatest face in Canada's history, but a heel everywhere else.
Yeah,
And it was definitely his most interesting period as
very
a character.
innovative idea.
Yeah.
I'm
He's a regional heel and a regional face.
yeah, that's
And it
great.
was great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's when he really pushed the Canada's great stuff while America is poop.
That was kind of an all-time faction too. You have
Really
Brian
was.
Pillman, Neidhart, Davey Boy,
And Owen.
That's a hell of a
That's a
faction.
top-notch
right
faction. It really
there.
is.
Man. And that awesome bit, I don't have it in front of me, but that awesome picture of the Hart Foundation. all like with fanny packs and
Leather jackets.
denim, lots of denim too.
Zubaz shorts.
Yeah.
Pleated pants, pleated jeans.
That was awesome.
Oh, man, it's incredible.
That was great.
Yeah, it's definitely the high point of Bret's career.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When he fully embraced Canada from a character perspective.
Absolutely.
It was good stuff.
Yep. And finally, here we go. Number one. The Patriot.
His name's the Patriot.
His name is actually the Patriot, and he is like a luchador / American guy.
His name's Del Wilkes.
Right.
He's been on the Stone Cold podcast a couple times. Apparently, I don't have the thing up anymore. He was in WWF very long. He wrestled before that.
He also had Perk Angle's theme song.
He did before Kurt Angle had it, yes. Someone else had it too before Kurt.
Was Johnny Ace?
No.
Who else had that? Somebody else had it.
Somebody else did have it. But he was kind of brought in to be Bret Hart's foil in 97, early 98.
Yeah.
But then, I guess it'd be 97 because by 98, Bret was out of the company.
Mm-hmm.
More like late 96, early 97. Actually challenged Bret for the WWF Championship, lost. He was involved at Survivor Series. No. One of the earlier pay-per-views that year in a flag match against the Hart Foundation.
Is this true? Hulk Hogan originally used Eye of the Tiger before Real American was made?
Mm-hmm.
That's like the best theme song ever.
I remember that. But then he tore his bicep and then retired. He was released. Didn't wrestle anymore.
Yeah. Let's see.
But I mean, like, his name's the Patriot. I understand that Hogan once had a persona named Mr. America, but if your name is the Patriot...
Well, this list is the most patriotic wrestlers.
And if your name is the Patriot, then you kind of win.
It's only one wrestler with the name the Patriot. Although there was somebody else who portrayed the Patriot, right? Wasn't there another guy?
That was just Del Wilkes.
I think they used it. There is the Black Patriot, who wore like a heel version of the Patriot. What am I doing? WWF.
That's pretty much the story of General American Fun Wrestling right now.
Yeah, pretty much. The Patriot. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Let's see. Maybe not. Man, I swear there was. Let's see.
That does sound kind of familiar.
Now I'm going to find this out. In September. Oh, here we go. In September 1991, a man calling himself the Dark Patriot appeared in
Doug Gilbert.
Doug Gilbert. There you go. I thought it was like a Doink situation where there was like a couple others, but I guess not. Let's see here. Yeah. Just had injuries and stuff. So yeah, I mean, the bottom line is, your name's the Patriot. This is a list of most patriotic wrestlers.
Kind of be number one.
You're gonna be number one.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, where else would he fit? I mean, what other list could the Patriot top? I don't think he could.
Most wrestlers with the most American-inspired ring gear.
Most American luchadors.
Yeah.
He's like, because he's got the mask.
He's got the mask. Mascaris.
He's got the Mascaris. So yeah, there you go. Del Wilkes, a Patriot, number one on this list. We told you this is a crap list. It's like a nonsense list.
But it's 4th of July. It's fitting.
And it's only been 33 minutes.
Oh, we got a half hour. Cool.
Go enjoy your hot dogs.
Yes.
And your beer, or if you're sober, diet soda, or just water.
Regardless,
lemonade.
Drink responsibly, though.
Lemonade's a good.
If you're going to imbibe, get home safe. Use a designated driver. Take a ride
sunscreen.
Share. Something. Yeah, sunscreen is very important. Stay hydrated. It's probably going to be hot.
Yeah.
Have fun, but be safe.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go back to Scotland now.
Yeah, you better get on the Concorde, huh?
Ooh, I got to get on the Concorde. Yeah, I got to get back there. My sister's getting married in 2 days. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Till next time. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.